we on?
And go.
And go. Hey everyone, welcome to the first episode of Parlor Talk at the Dead Manor. I am Renee, owner of Black Manor Grooming, and my co-host is Katie with Dead Smooth. I think everyone
Hello,
here knows
everyone.
who we are.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't think we needed the introductions, but whatever.
Formalities. Renee, I would like you to lean in so people can read your hat.
I think they know what's going on with the hat.
I would hope so. I would
I
hope
really
so.
do like this hat though. It covers my forehead, but the bill is like, do you see it's like not straight and it's driving me insane?
It's not that bad. High wash.
But I love your hot dog. You're rocking the wiener and I love it. It matches your hair almost. It's like,
I know. I feel like I should have got your mic to match my hair. But also, if you can see the wiener, it matches my wiener face back here. The hot
yeah,
dog thing
see,
is a lifestyle choice.
and my puff is like an eyesore with like all the dark, but I have a theory with the color pink. And I'll go into that some other time because it's very long and it's very hard for me to put into words. But there's a reason I got the pink mic. But now that I'm looking, I think it would go a lot better with your hair and your hot dog.
I kind of want to hear the pink theory.
Okay, so well, first we should say hi because we've just been ignoring the chat.
Hello,
Hey everyone.
chat.
Yes, hello. I can't believe there's what, 23 people in here?
Oh Lord.
That's crazy.
This
That's a
is
lot. I'm gonna
tremendous.
need like 15 of y'all to leave because my anxiety is really bad seeing that number.
Renee may be dying. But we also need to give a lovely shout out to Baker, who had to come in and already rescue us before. And yeah, so thanks, Baker.
Baker's a
We
real
tried to
one.
convince him to stay, but he did not want to. So that's nice.
Yeah, we were actually gonna corner him and be like, oh yeah, come on the show. And then we were just gonna dip and leave him on here to fend for himself. We thought that would be funny. Slightly
It would be
mean,
good.
but funny. But yeah, hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. We don't really know what we're doing or where we're going with this.
Exactly.
So
But I think the whole thing, because Renee for ages has said she wanted to start a YouTube, do a live, but not have it as conventional in terms of a lot of the shows that are out there now. So the reviews and everything, centered mainly on products and that type of stuff. So she wanted a little twist to it. And then Baker recommended a co-host. So that's why I'm here. So I don't think, in terms of Renee's vision, I don't think the show is going to be some highly structured segments. It's just kind of our take and how we are feeling about stuff, whether it's in the business or our lives. Renee's super big into horror, and I'm sure I piss her off because I haven't watched TV in a long time. But yeah, so just a place that we can kind of hang out and just talk about what else. Am I right?
and Katie wants to be here. There's absolutely not a bow and arrow strung up right outside of her camera that prevents her from leaving. She does want to be here. So she's not, I'm not threatening her, pressuring her, nothing. It's her own free will. Just, I want that on record before we go forward. But Katie, what is going on? How is your day? Are you guys going to be hit with this big, huge, like winter storm thingy, or is that just the East Coast?
Apparently, it's going to be everyone but Florida for a while, but then Florida dips down or something like later, but whatever. So we got a bunch of snow yesterday, and then I know a lot of other states are going to get hit with the snow, I believe tomorrow. We are just dipping down. I had to, research Fahrenheit. It goes down to -15 tomorrow here. So I'm not looking forward to that. And they already canceled the kids' school. So that's great. And
Minus
then, and then I think we
15?
get, yeah.
Okay.
One thing I did want to ask, and this is directed to the chat because I know you have not experienced this, but I keep seeing stuff and everyone's freaking about the storm. And they were talking about how trees can explode. And I want to know if anyone has actually witnessed this and like how common is that when it gets that cold? Like, I get that it can happen, but like, how common when it's super cold? Because that just sounds absolutely insane to me. Trees exploding.
Wouldn't that be like if water somehow got in the trunk and froze and it expanded, but that wouldn't make it explode. I don't know. I'm gonna not put my 2 cents in on
They
that because I'm
well,
gonna be really dumb.
they said it was like trees, some fruit trees, and ones that have like higher moisture, something or other in them. They're the ones like at risk of exploding. But
And you
like,
know
I
what's
don't.
crazy? You guys are about to have exploding trees and negative 15-degree weather. It was 77 here today. 77 degrees.
Yeah, but I feel like you guys will just sink into the ocean soon. So like, haha, laugh at
Probably.
me.
No, we probably
Okay,
will.
so we'll come back to the tattoo comment, but Walker says that it can happen, very rare. Larry agrees too. We have a heard but haven't seen it. Now, what the heck is this?
So it can happen because I saw that argument. I was on Threads and I saw people arguing about it. And I'm like, this has to be some like made up attention type thing. But I guess it is a thing. People are saying so. I grew up in
See, I'm
Colorado.
just
I've never
scared
heard
because
of
it
trees
doesn't
exploding.
explode.
Well, if
Yeah, so
anyone
I
somehow
feel like,
gets that on camera, send it to both of our inboxes because I think we would
yeah,
both be very interested in seeing an exploding tree. I know
correct.
I would be.
Yeah, no, it just seems weird, but I think the weather in general right now is not normal for anyone, so whatever. I'll deal with
Yeah.
it.
Larry, where
I
are
just
you
don't.
at? I'm at negative 58 degrees with wind chill. Where are you, Larry? I'm trying to keep up with the chat, but it's really going. So if I miss any questions or anything,
Trees are a hot topic.
yeah.
Minnesota?
So
So
I'm
it does
seeing
happen.
questions. Oh, go ahead, girlfriend.
No, I just wrapping up the tree talk. What's up?
Well, I was seeing comments and we weren't going to say anything about it, but I saw a few comments about like the things on our heads. And basically, do you care if I just kind of share the story of where this stemmed from?
Fine.
Even though I knew we weren't going to address it, but like it's kind of the hot dog in the room, you
Broken the
know, everyone
first
wants to know.
rule.
I know, you don't talk about it, but I'm going to. So we were on the phone and we were looking up just the most ridiculous hats and everything online. And we came across the hot dog one that Katie is looking stunning in. Absolutely stunning. And we thought that was the funniest thing. I don't know if we thought it was funny because it was probably like 2 a.m. when we found it. And so we just thought it was like really funny then. But then I scrolled down and this bad boy that says, "It's a bad day to be a hot dog," was right below it. And I said it was meant to be. It was meant to be. So that's why we have hot dogs on our heads. That's kind of like what's going on because I saw a few questions about that. So yeah. And I'm rocking this hat, so I'm probably gonna keep wearing it.
You're gonna
And
wear it
Katie's
right
rocking the
now.
hot dog.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd wear this around town, but
Oh,
for
I'm
the
wearing
time
this
being,
around
I feel
town.
like it. Yeah,
Oh,
but
I'm
yours
wearing
is
this
a little
around
more
town.
socially acceptable. So, you know,
But that kind of worries me because I don't want people to approach me and ask about it. So maybe I shouldn't wear it.
I think you should. I would like it.
I mean,
I
it is
think one
cute.
thing that is important to, because obviously we are the annoying little gnats in a lot of the chats on other lives and all that stuff. So people do know us on some level, but I think it's important to discuss our origin story because I think it's funny. So I don't know if you want to start that one off.
I did not like you. Didn't like you. It came from a deep, deep place in my soul. I said, I don't like this girl. I don't know who she is. I don't like her. And I don't think we liked each other for quite a bit. But the funny thing is, we never talked. We
Correct.
never interacted. But you
Yep.
didn't like me either, correct?
Correct. Yeah. But I find a lot of times, and my old roommate in university and stuff, we were the same way because a lot of girls do the petty, like it's a jealousy thing. So then it's like, I hate her instead of just like going to talk to the person because ever since we did start talking, match made in heaven. But yeah, I do think that it stems from a little jealousy, but both having the kind of like creepy esque brands, both being women within the beard community. Like it was like, ah, she's doing something like me and I don't like it.
Yeah, and it really, for me, it did stem from a place of jealousy, I will say, because I have a really bad habit of comparing my business and myself to others, which is so bad. Just mentally, it's just a really horrible mindset to have, and that's something I'm trying to work on. But I definitely like compared my stuff to yours because I loved your stuff, and it made me jealous because I was like, my stuff doesn't look this cool. My stuff isn't this well put together. And I was like, oh my gosh, I was like so bitter. But then, the most unlikely of circumstances brought us together. And now we stay up for 3 hours every other night on the phone. So
We
yeah,
don't have short phone calls.
we don't. And I would say I don't think I hate you anymore. So
I
that's good.
mostly don't hate you anymore.
It depends on the day.
Fact. But
Yeah,
do
it
you
depends on the
think
day.
business wise, how sometimes in general, jealousy, well, not jealousy, I don't like using that completely for it, but obviously you scope out competition, you look at other brands, blah, 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 and not necessarily in terms of like our dynamic, but do you find that looking at aesthetic stuff from other companies, does that help you or do you find that holds you back with shit? Do you know what I mean?
Well, like I said, I have been known to compare myself um to other people and other companies, and it gets me in a really bad headspace because a few months after opening up, I remember I was comparing like the sales that bigger companies were getting,
Yeah.
and how quick they were selling out of stuff, and how much hype there was around these companies. And I remember I was like, man, like, I don't get that type of hype. Like, I don't get, and it wasn't like, man, I hate these companies. Like, it was nothing like that. It's just, I was really internalizing
Yeah.
what I was
Well, when you
seeing, if that
compare
makes sense.
yourself and where you're at, especially when you're starting out, it's not realistic. You know what I mean? Especially if it's a larger brand. Like, no, you're not going to be at that point right away. So sometimes I find that does mess with me, but like I don't think it's bad to compare, but just know where you're at in your journey, kind of. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And I mean, you definitely have to remember, it helps me, like, we're all going at our own pace. All of our timelines look different. My timeline looks different from yours. Some people do this full time, so they have the time to really like focus on this a lot more than I do, like working 8, 9 hours a day at my full-time job. So everyone's timeline looks different. Everyone's story of success looks different. And I think that's something I have to like remind myself. Like
Yeah.
with you, like I've compared myself to you. I'm like, her stuff is so professional looking. It looks so good. Everything matches. Like it's the most, you have some of the best looking like products, like quality aside, like your presentation and everything is some of the best I think in the community.
Oh, Renee.
And I have to be like, dude, she does this like for a living. You know what I mean? I have to like remind myself that,
Yeah.
you have years on me doing this, you've done this for a living. So yeah, it's,
It can be
I'm
good
learning,
or
I'm getting
bad.
better.
Stop. I didn't mean it just for you. I mean in a general sense. But thanks for all the nice words, Renee.
Well, that's why we're
But
friends, is so I can get the intel on your ideas and everything.
the truth comes out.
It does. It
Well,
does.
but you are starting the rebrand.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about that?
I feel like it's all been about me so far. I don't want to just talk about me.
It's your show. I'm the co-host.
I hate, okay, it was my idea, but then Baker said, in order for you to be successful, you have to get a co-host. You're not going to be successful on your own. You're not going to be good at this. That's what he told me. He said, you're going to need someone. So it's
I feel
our
like
show.
he didn't phrase it that way.
No, that's what he said. No, I'm just kidding. Don't, no one believe that. Baker would never say that. He didn't say that. Baker's one of the sweetest guys. He never said that. I'm gonna look at the chat real quick because I feel like we're missing a lot.
This is about us, Renee, not them. I'm just joking.
I know, but it's going so fast. Hi, Jay Walker. There's so many people. Oh my
See, at
gosh.
least Baker is admitting sounds so bad.
Yeah,
So
Baker, you
not-
need to check your attitude at the door of the studio.
No, just invite him back.
Ronnie's in here.
Hi, Ron.
Jimmy, Nick. There's a lot of folks in here. That's scary.
Oh, it's fine. They all like you.
So I wanted to ask you, like, what do you have? Do you have anything coming up with the brand, or do you have any shows coming up?
This show. Oh, you
Well,
mean
like,
event?
yeah, like markets. And how do you like prep for those? Like, yours are a little different than
God.
mine, though, I feel like.
Yes. So for me, because I am a lazy turd, I don't like traveling far for my events. I think the furthest that I've done is probably, I don't even know, 5 minutes. They are all still in my town. And there is a big one. I've talked about this before, but it's St. Patrick's Day weekend. I live kind of on the Fox River in Illinois, and so every year they, dye the river green. It's this massive thing. There's bands, all of this stuff. So we get a lot of people visiting for that, and we have this incubator program by the Riverwalk area, and it's 10 tiny stores. They're all, I think there's 12 by 10 and 10 by 10. So they're small. And it's the whole idea is to see how a company would do in a brick and mortar setting. So the season for those shops, they change every year. It goes from May till I think December. So for St. Patrick's Day, no one's in the shops yet. And so they rent it out for 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I did it last year and it was insanely successful and great and busy. And, it was a really good event. So I just reapplied for that one. We find out in February if I get a spot again. So I am looking forward to that. I don't have anything else scheduled aside from that because winter and most of my stuff is outdoor shows. So it has to be weather permitting. But I also have a space in a shop. It's actually the tiny shops I just spoke of. The first year after they were completed, 3 of those shop owners opened their own shop. And I guess last year they asked if I wanted a space in there as well. So I have a little room inside a big shop. So I do have a place that people can, buy from me in person. And it's been good. So because of that, I don't have to do as many events. So
That's awesome.
yeah. So
That's awesome. I would love to be in a retail store. I haven't yet. I haven't taken that jump yet. But yeah, I bet that really helps. Like, you don't have to do as many shows because you're in a retail spot.
Yeah. And I think last year as well, when I did the St. Patrick's Day weekend, it was the nicest feeling for anyone who does events and stuff. The setup and the tear down and all of that stuff is the biggest pain in the butt. Absolutely despise it. We've talked about the difficulties of setting up canopy by yourselves. Like, I hate it. I hate every aspect of that. So when I was in that little shop, it was the most glorious feeling that at the end of the day, I just locked the door and everything's there in the morning. So it was really nice. And then when I got approached by the shop I'm in now, I'm like, heck yes, because I don't have to worry about any of that. And it's easy peasy. The only thing that sucks is sometimes I have inventory at home for a lot of the online, and then I have the stuff in the shop. So sometimes I have to go back and forth, and I have not found a way to streamline that yet. So it's a pain in the butt because there's been times that I'm like, oh, I have that in the shop and I'll go and get it, but somebody already bought it. So I'm like, great, we need to make more. So
Yeah.
pros and cons, but that's I'll iron that out eventually. So
Yeah. Back to the whole tent thing. I don't know if anyone in the chat for like barbecues or events or whatever has set up is yours 10 by 10
yeah,
if you use it? 10 by 10, what are they called? Like a pop-up canopy,
yeah.
I think is what they're called. I don't know if anyone else has set those up by themselves. That
They're
will
terrible.
be the death of me one day, truly.
Yeah.
I always try to borderline bully my mother into going with me. I'm just kidding. I do pay her.
Would she
Um,
help you set up though? I feel like my mother would be like, no, I will come 5 minutes before it starts. Like she won't go and help the canopy.
no, my mother's a workhorse. She is one of the hardest workers I know. She's very like, okay, we're gonna get this done. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. Like, it's almost to the point if I just stood back and let her go, she'd be like the Tasmanian devil, like putting everything up. And because with my first show, I remember I got there and I just froze. Like I got so overwhelmed because at that point I had never set up a tent before. I had never like set up my table, decorated, put up my sign, and I was standing there and I was just frozen, so overstimulated, and I just kind of like shut down. And I remember being like, I can't do this. I cannot do this. I'm gonna go home. And my mom, thank God she was there. She's like, no, we're gonna throw this up. You're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. This is gonna, and she just was like, boom, boom, boom. So I always try to bribe her into going with lunch and money. And she usually doesn't like want me to pay her or anything, but a lot of my shows are 2 hours away in like Tampa or Orlando. So it's a really long day. She isn't, like she has back problems and stuff. So I, I want to like pay her and everything, but we just did, Krampus Fest back in December, and there was a hurricane, not a hurricane, what the heck? No, there was a huge storm. I'm trying to like remember. There was a huge storm that hit Orlando, and all of the vendors, it was in a parking lot, and all of the vendors were set up in the parking lot. And there was probably an inch or two of water, standing water, and lightning hitting all around us. Like lightning was touching down in the field next to us, and the coordinators would not call off the show. They were like, no, just like hold on to your tent. Meanwhile, people are literally holding onto their tent because it's trying to fly away.
Has your
Like
tent
there's,
ever blown away?
I weigh mine down so heavy. I try to do like 30 or 40 pounds on a leg because I'm not going to be that person running down the aisleway chasing my tent. I'm not going to be
Was
that
that the
person.
was that the show that somebody's tent fell on yours? Wasn't there something
Um,
a neighboring person's stuff, right?
no, that wasn't that show, even though there were tents that were collapsing under the weight of the rain. Um, it was a really dangerous situation, like all joking aside, it was so dangerous, us standing in this water, holding on to our metal tents, lightning's touching down everywhere. Like if you know a flash Florida thunderstorm, you know what I'm talking about. And it was
Yeah.
nighttime, it was dark. So vendors were literally jumping the gates. They were driving up with their
Did
cars.
you
Security
did
was
you
having to
stay
like
till
jump in
the
front of
end?
them. No, no. And I told the coordinator, I said, girl, I am not risking my life for some beard oil. I'm passionate about it. I love my business. I'm not getting electrocuted over beard oil. So, and she's like, totally understand. And I like, we'll open the gates for everyone. And I said, you're going to have to open the gates because they're literally going to hit the security guards trying to knock the gate down to like bring cars in. So it was a really big mess. But
So
yeah, a lot
basically, you
of,
love outdoor shows.
I don't do outdoor shows for like, March, April-ish until like November. I do all indoor shows because I can't stand Florida weather. I hate the heat. So I
You
try
need
to
just
avoid.
move.
Dude, I'm trying so hard to move. I'm trying so hard to move. It's just expensive. Existing is expensive. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
This is true.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But I did have a question for you.
Yeah.
I had it written down. Hold on.
You wrote it down?
Well, I'll start yapping and going and then I'll forget. And then I'll forget.
Fine.
Okay, so I wanted to know, and this is kind of back on the business topic, but do you have a scent that you're like, yeah, this is not going to work. This isn't going to sell, and it ends up being like one of your best sellers?
Baker, Walker is Papa Don't Peach. I didn't like that one. I didn't like it. I did it for like a spring scent because I'm like, I don't have fruity stuff. And then I did that. And at first I was only going to do the souffle because I'm like, whatever. I'm sure ladies like the peach, but men like the peach too. But my husband, who normally like, he'll wear stuff and be like, this is good. This is fun. You know what I mean? But the peach one, he became like obsessed with it. So I'm like, okay, screw it. I'm going to, do it in the beard stuff. But the funny thing is, and I know we've talked about this, Papa Don't Peach obviously sells very well like online and the beard dudes online. In person, I don't know if I've even sold a Papa Don't Peach in beer product.
Don't you
Because they're
love that?
really, I find it bizarre because there's still my in-person shoppers that are beard guys, but they like the traditional, like the barbershop and you know what I mean? The very
Yeah.
standard whatever. Like they don't go in the fruity zone, but like the online dudes, yes. So it's like super weird when I make sense because I'm like, who's gonna buy this? Because like I genuinely don't know sometimes. And that
Yeah.
one always just threw me way, way off.
And Papa Don't Peach is the one that I see the most recommended, I feel like, out of
I
all of
know
your
it's
scents.
bizarre. It is bizarre.
Like that's truly one where like I feel like I always see it in every group, like reviews, everything is Papa Don't Peach. So, and I
Okay.
have it and it's fantastic. And I thought it was
Walker's
going to
now
be close
shortened
to
it
mine.
to PDP.
Oh, that took me a second. I had to like PDP.
Focus. Okay, and Bishop here wants to know about the manatees.
I don't even know how did that get started? It was Mike Ramsey's fault, first and foremost. We know that.
Normally,
whatever it was,
fault for everything.
Yeah, he's the one that got it going.
My life is because of Mike Ramsey. Mike Ramsey actually.
Every bad thing that happens in my life goes back to Mike Ramsey.
Yeah. Okay, there's a few things to touch on with this. I believe Mike Ramsey told me today, I don't want to look it up, the snow. We were talking about the snow, and he said that if he, dies in the snowstorm, it is all my fault. So that was one thing. But then I did tell him because, like, I had to go to the shop, and I'm like, if I, die, it's totally all your fault.
Yeah, he messaged me and said he's going to put in a report with Florida Fish and Wildlife and tell them that you were manhandling the manatees.
Okay, but hold on.
I said, Mike, don't do that. I said, Mike, don't do it. I don't do it. And he said, no, I have to. He said, I have to take Katie down. And I said, I don't want to be a part of it.
Okay, I call BS on that because don't you have him blocked on one of your messaging things? And then every time we bring it up, even when I bring it up, it's never really addressed. So we want to know, and I suggested, and I'm not going to spring that on you. I want you to do like go through your block list, but like share your screen.
That's like a truth or dare type thing. I'm not doing that.
I feel like you have a long block list.
I
What?
am very trigger happy with the block button because yeah.
Okay, so then
And
here's
Mike
what
is
I
number
want to
one.
know. But what do you think if he is in fact blocked, what did he do to get blocked? Or why do you block people? What's like a reason why you would be like, no, just done? I want to know.
Well,
The people need to know.
why do I block people?
Yeah, because you are block happy. Like you can do it
I am
easy.
block happy.
But what's the criteria to get blocked?
If I'm just having a bad day and I see, no, I'm just kidding. In all honesty, I really don't have a lot of people blocked. The people that I do have blocked are ones, um, and not to get into it because I feel like this is tiptoeing the like drama line or whatever, but it's definitely if I've seen someone like bullying someone else or that type of thing.
So Mike's a bully.
So Mike, I believe that's why I blocked him. We're getting way off topic. What was the manatee question? We're just dragging
Oh,
Mike
just where it came
here.
from. But the manatee,
Okay.
I think it was a phone call.
I know, I feel like it was alive, remember? And Mike put something because the signs down here say don't molest the wildlife. Remember that? That's what all the signs say
Yes.
down here.
But
And we said something about manatees.
But were we talking about manatees before? Because I never had a manatee obsession until all of that. Because I never fully understood the gloriousness of the manatee.
They really
So
are a glorious animal.
They are. They are.
Um,
Oh my God.
yeah, I think it was just in a chat, and then Mike brought up the don't molest the manatee signs, and we just ran with it like we do everything. You see, that's the thing with us. You give us an inch, we take a mile, we run with it.
Correct.
And we beat something to death. Like the manatee thing, it's been beaten to death, but we're still gonna keep talking about it
Well,
and
they're
joking
cool.
about it.
And to be fair, Bob and Terry feed my addiction by sending me videos of manatees as well. So it's everyone's fault but mine.
Bob and Terry are enablers, is what we're getting at. No, I'm just kidding. I can't even joke and say that. I love them so much. I can't even like joke about that because they send me some of the best videos. So yeah, no, I'm not going to joke and say that.
Can I do a Bob and Terry confession?
Are they in here?
I'm going to do it. They are.
I'm going to cry if they're not. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Around Christmas, like I sent them a thing. I did a thing for them and that was fine. We don't need to talk about that part. But I got so sad on my insides because Renee is like, did you get a Christmas card from Bob and Terry? And I'm like, no. And I was so sad. And then I saw other people and like, oh, here's the Christmas card. And I was so sad. And then the shop I'm at, we closed. We were open Christmas Eve, and then we didn't reopen till I believe it was like January 7th. And I'm just like, ooh, I'm off. I don't have to go in, you know. And I did pop in shortly after the New Year, and they mailed the Christmas card to the shop. So I was like kid in a candy store happy when I saw it. So that was really nice, but I did get sad.
Yeah, and I usually don't bring up that type of stuff because I'm like, what if someone didn't get it or whatever? But I'm like, no, no. Bob and Terry love Katie. I know they did. And then when I brought that up and she's like, no, I didn't get one. I was like, oh my God, this is awkward. Now I need to block Katie because I'm embarrassed for asking.
Whatever. That was a glorious day, getting the Bob and Terry card.
I still have all my Christmas cards up on my mantle because I just love them. I love the fact that someone thought enough of me to go out of their way and send me a card. You didn't, but other people did, and it means a lot to me. So I have them on display on my mantle. So
I joined a YouTube show for you. That should be more than a card.
That makes up for my lack of a Christmas card or a Christmas gift, but it's okay. We will move past that. I'll be a bigger person.
Where is my gift?
My friendship.
Is not sufficient.
It is sufficient. No, Mike, I don't have you blocked. I just went to your profile yesterday. I don't have you blocked. I'm pretty sure I follow you. Walker, well, Katie and I will both send you Christmas cards next year.
I don't send Christmas cards. No
Well,
one
you're
should
gonna start.
expect a
You're gonna
Christmas
start.
card from me. No.
A Krampus card. A
How
Krampus
about
card. And you can print them because you're the printing lady.
Fine, I'll do that.
A Krampus card would be cool.
We started a new thing in the shop. One of the owners, David, he is very dry humor, very, and for Christmas, because we decided that instead of thank you cards, because we're not like that, we want to do just your welcome cards. So, and you always have to beat the thank you card. Like you send a gift and the person's sending like, thank you for the baby shower gift. You beat them by mailing the you're welcome beforehand. So we have them in the shop now. So you can have one of those.
How awkward would that be if you send the you're welcome card and they were like, oh, I wasn't even going to send a thank you card, but now I feel obligated. Is it like a passive aggressive thing?
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Oh, that's
so
what I
even
assumed.
if they weren't going to do the thank you, if you did it, it is super passive aggressive. And I like that. So
Yeah, because that's how I would take it, because I'll be honest, I have never sent. I feel like thank you cards are outdated. Like, I feel like
I know, but
that's not a
people still do
thing.
it. It's a thing.
Does anyone in the chat still send thank you cards? Like anyone? Because I don't think, maybe for like a wedding, because wedding gifts, maybe. But I don't think I've ever sent, and I don't know what that says about me as a person, but I don't think I've ever sent a thank you card before. Ever.
What about
I've texted people and said thank you.
Yeah, but you're also a fetus. My husband, his dad and stepmom used to make him write thank you cards for everything, every single thing. You have to sit down and do it all in one go as well. They were pretty strict.
Yeah, that's a lot.
But I like the you're welcome card. But yeah, I'm not mailing anyone a Christmas card. Like I'm already known as this massive Grinch. Like I'm not doing that.
Well, that's why I said a Krampus card, or I will hire you to make me Krampus cards so I can send
I
out
would do a
Krampus
Krampus
cards.
card.
Okay.
Do that.
I mean, we have plenty of time. We have plenty of time to figure out Krampus cards.
Yeah, but we're gonna slack and then not do it, and it'll be like December 12th. Where's the card?
But that'll make it better if they don't get them until like January 3rd or something.
And then follow up right after with you're welcome.
Yeah, they like get the you're welcome like the next day.
Yeah.
Oh, passive aggressiveness. Okay, let me look. Go ahead.
I forget what I was gonna like make fun of Mike again, but I'm gonna hold off.
Yeah, let's give him a break.
Weird.
We do this out of love, Mike. I hope you know that. It's out of love.
He stays around, so he has to know on some level.
He's a glutton for punishment, is what it seems like. Oh, thank you, Nick. Blackbriar compliments. Yes, Blackbriar is one of my favorites.
What is your ultimate fave?
Out of all of my scents?
All.
The Abaddon. Did you get that one? Did I send it to you?
I don't think so, no.
Yeah, that was a masterpiece, if I do say so myself.
Does that sell well in person?
What?
Does it sell well in person? Like at events or whatever?
It's one of those things where someone will be like, oh my God, I've never smelled anything like it. This is awesome. And then they buy it, come to my next show, buy it again. Or someone, this happened, opens it, smells it, and starts to dry heaving. That happened too. So it really just depends on what you like in a scent. If you're open to those weird ones.
Kind of weird. Yeah.
But that one's gone. I would really like to get with the production company.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah. And they said the end of last year, the CEO of the production company said he's going to start cracking down hard this year on people selling products and merchandise that isn't licensed. So
Yeah, you don't want to risk it. Crap, my dog just came in.
Yeah. Because you know me, I will not sell anything if it's like IP infringement or anything like that.
If my dog starts to bark, I'm very sorry. Very sorry. Oh, I agree with this statement because that White Rabbit one I think I like.
Yeah,
You
White
did the
Rabbit
whole
is
sample.
is good. White Rabbit has its place. It's gotten to a point, you know, when you make a scent so much as an owner, crafter, whatever you want to call us, when you
Yeah.
make a scent so much that you're just so sick of smelling it.
Do you sometimes hate all of it and wish that it never started?
A scent,
The whole thing.
like the whole business,
Yeah.
I go to bed wondering that every night.
Okay. So we're normal then.
Yeah. Because, I mean, are you really going to have a good night's sleep if you aren't up until midnight questioning all of your life decisions?
No, but I feel we have like some anxiety issues going on collectively.
Are you implying I have mental health issues?
Oh, Terry's in here. Eat poop, Renee.
I can't hear you. I can't hear
I
you.
said eat poop.
That's rude.
Sorry.
You know, I don't have, I'm not even gonna like joke and say that. I was gonna say I don't have mental health issues, so I don't appreciate what you're saying, but that's just the biggest crock. So I'm not gonna even joke about that.
All the good people do. Don't worry. It's fine.
Yeah, Jimmy, I could release it under a different name. I was thinking about doing a scent called like Black Manor and like a signature type scent. And I
You
could
should, and
rename
then you
that.
can, yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
I don't
think of
know.
how popular that was, and then just to ditch it. I get the reason why, but you know what I mean? You should.
Yeah. I mean, I have plans to reach out to the production company and like try to, you know, get some type of licensing
Yeah.
agreement since they already approved me for the tribute scent. So that's a goal this year. So I kind of don't want to use the Abaddon in case I can re-release it as like an actual licensed collab.
True, but I
So we'll
do
have to see.
think that if you did have to like flippy floppy for the sake of honoring the studio and all that stuff, but also honoring the people who love it, I feel like people would understand if you had to. Do you know what I mean? Like if you did get the
Yeah.
rights and you could release it and keep it that way, I'm sure people would understand flippy floppy names. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that was like your fan fave.
Yeah, Abaddon was definitely
Agreed.
a fan favorite. Let me see
See,
what's
look
going
at
on
all
in the
of it.
chat. I feel like I'm just not looking at the chat at all. It makes me feel bad. I'm not trying to ignore anyone.
Okay, this is my
It's-
son. Gunnar Kennedy, if you are still watching, get off meow. Thank you.
Gunnar, how many views do you have now?
Okay, so my child is 11, just so you guys know. And he has been posting silly YouTube things, and a lot of it has to do with fishing lures. Like, I love him, but fishing lures. Anyway, he did some video of one of our cats, and now he updates me daily because I think, what was it? Yesterday there was like, what did he say? Like 8,000 something. Today it's over 10,000, I believe, of the cat. And yeah, he did our other ginger cat, and that one has something obscene too. So I don't. Is he actually in here? Clementine, can you go see what your brother's doing? Thank you. Sorry, I just need to verify. But yeah.
We had a question for you in the chat. Does Dead Smooth have a signature scent?
No. No.
You don't have one that like stands out or anything you think that would be like your bestseller or
Well, so sick
would
of
that
these.
be the peach one?
Maybe. But I don't know. Because I do think that since day one, especially with the in-person shopping people, Is he watching me though? Sorry. So
Oh, children.
Anyway, yeah, anytime they're hesitant or they're buying for someone or there's a guy who hasn't used stuff before, I tell them hands down since day one is Old Money and This Ain't Hawaii has always been, those are like a safe, not to me at least, not safe like boring, safe in terms of they are very well received. And I love them. And Jay here. Old Hawaii I did because Jay suggested blending the two. And at first I'm like, this is gonna smell like crap. It's actually not bad. It's not bad. So that one I am doing a little test run because I just had to pull all the Christmas stuff from the shop. So I'm gonna replace it with that and see how that sells in the shop and then kind of go from there.
Yeah, don't question Jay when it comes to fragrances. I think he
I know, but
knows
that one just
what he's
seems
talking
weird.
about. So what is the scent profile then on Old Money?
That one is like rum, vanilla. I think there's a little bit of leather. It's just like a cozy. It's a nice one. And I need to, okay. So Baker here got sample pack. How, like, did you get my note, Baker? I need to know that part. So, respond at your leisure there, but
Did you write him like a special note?
yes.
But you don't write me
Little
special notes?
boxes. I write you special notes and you admitted that it's in your car. So don't give me
I
that
know.
crap.
I know, I was just gaslighting you. Yes, your note is in my car. And I don't know if that sounds creepy. I was thinking about that after I told that to you the other night when I was like, yeah, the handwritten note that you stuck in my order is in my car along with the stickers. I'm like, and then after I got off the phone with you, I'm like, oh, girl, that's really creepy. That's really weird. Don't tell her that. But I'm like, it's in it like a place of like, oh, like I have a friend. Like, you know what I mean?
I
Like,
was not creeped out because there's certain things that even though it doesn't seem like a lot, sometimes it like tugs at the heartstrings. I don't remember what I wrote you. I'm sure it was very charming, but
well, you're always charming. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Never mind. I'm glad I didn't spill the beans with what I wrote Baker because he hasn't gotten that one. That's good. Okay,
Oh, it was a recent order?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right? Am I going crazy? That is possible as well.
Larry says Infernal Affair is a great scent.
I do like that one too.
Um,
I do.
I can't believe there's still so many people hanging out with us. We haven't bored everyone to death. That's something. That's a start.
Yeah.
So I have to ask, have you watched any good scary movies lately? Even though you're not a movie girl?
Okay, can I at least explain so people just don't think I'm a total weirdo?
That you're boring?
I am
No, I'm just kidding. Yes, explain.
old and boring. Yeah, so I used to watch, I am a night owl. My husband works stupidly early. So, we used to watch like a show together or a movie or whatever, and then he'd go to bed and. So sometimes like I would like binge watch TV. I have watched a lot of many a thing. But I am a massive nerd and boring and I read a lot. And then when COVID hit, I decided I was going to read every Stephen King novel, which I did back to back, not in order, but read them all. And so my like routine now, instead of like relaxing with like a show and then getting sleepy and whatever, we have a little screened in porch thing and there's a heater. So I will be out there tonight too. And then I read. And so I haven't, aside from watching the end of Stranger Things, which you have not seen. So the one thing I do watch, you haven't watched.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm a big nerd and then I just read a lot. So I am out of the loop in terms of, super recent fun things because I'm a big lame nerd.
Can I tell you a movie that I just watched this past weekend?
Yes. Is it
And
Don't F in the Woods?
no, that's my comfort movie. Walker recommended it to me. He said it is a 10 out of 10.
Tubi.
Everyone go, yes, Tubi. Everyone go on Tubi per Walker's recommendation. It's called, well, I don't want to repeat it. Bob and Terry are in here. It's
No,
called
that's why I said the letter.
Don't, Don't Bleep in the
Warning.
Woods. For there we go. That's the word. That's the ticket. Yeah, that's what it's called. Walker loves it. Highly recommends it. But no, that's not what I watched. I watched, what was it called? And I watched this movie because I saw so many people saying it is like this groundbreaking film. Mind you, it's from like 98. So I don't know how groundbreaking it can be,
Were you
but I was
born
like, you know
yet?
what, we'll go for it. So it's from 98. It's called Funny Games. And I guess they did a remake in '07. And it has Nicole Kidman in the remake, the American remake. The original is like Russian or French. Those aren't even close, but it's foreign. It's a foreign film. You have to have the subtitles on. And it's supposed to be this great movie because the antagonist, the main antagonist in the film breaks the fourth wall or whatever it's called, to where he like
Okay.
includes the viewers
Okay.
in the film. And I've never seen that in any other movie that I can think of. So like he'll be, I won't give away any spoilers if anyone wants to watch this incredible film, but in one of the scenes, the protagonist is like running around looking for something and he's telling her, oh, you're getting hotter, you're getting colder, messing with her. And it's being filmed from behind his shoulder. That's how we're viewing it. And as he's messing with her, he like turns around and like winks at like us, the audience, which
Yeah.
like brings you into the film. And then 2 or 3 other times later on in the movie, he addresses the audience and asks like, oh, what do you guys think? You're probably going to be on their side and want to see them survive, blah, blah, blah. So it was a really interesting way they shot it.
Did you
But
like
it was the dumbest movie I've ever seen in my life. It was the stupidest. It was so stupid because you know how like in a horror movie, obviously they're going to make bad decisions because if they make good decisions in a horror movie, it'd only be 10 minutes long. The movie's over,
Yeah.
So the protagonists have to make bad decisions in order for the movie to be a movie. But it was like extreme in this movie. The decisions these people were making, I was like, this isn't even believable for like a horror movie. It's so outlandish and stupid. And it made me so mad. I don't know. It's been in the back of my head since this past weekend, and I've just been like chewing on it because it drove me insane. So I just had to share that.
I wanna
But
watch
we have 4 minutes left. Can you believe we have 4 minutes left on here?
Okay. I do want to bring up, we were talking the other day as per usual, and you made a comment about how you have made a certain thing part of your personality now. And then we discovered that it is another thing that we both share. Do you remember what this is?
No.
It is a movie franchise that you have never watched, nor will you ever, because it's gone on for so long that it's a part of you now. Do you want to say the name?
Can I preface this with we are going to make enemies when we release the name because that is a
But-
cult following.
But they can help us. Because
No,
remember,
because it's part of I don't want to know anything about that franchise.
okay, guys, it's Star Wars. We both have never seen Star Wars. And then I was asking Renee, because we haven't seen it, what's a Wookiee? And is a Wookiee related to whatever Chewbacca is? I just
They're
know
cousins.
that they are. You don't know that?
They're first cousins on their mom's side.
No.
Or is it
But I wanna
Chewbacca a
know-
Wookiee?
But why is he so much taller? I thought Wookiees were small.
I don't even know what they look like. I just know they're both furry. What is the
All
average
I
height
know is
of
they're
either?
brown and they live in a forest or something.
So Bigfoot? Like a
Uh-oh,
Bigfoot?
Baker. Baker, I'm sorry our friendship had to end so soon.
Baker, no, wait, we take that back. We need your help with the show. We take it back.
Okay, Larry says Chewbacca is a Wookiee.
Oh my God, we lost 2 of our moderators.
Crap.
You
but
know
Ripper
what's so
Dan
funny?
is a Wookiee. Did they just
Baker
leave?
has that big creature standing behind that Star Wars creature standing behind him
Yeah, the
in his
black-
studio. The black thing with the helmet.
Oh, is a Wookiee's not a Yeti? Is it?
A
Chewie
Yeti, like a
is this? Oh crap!
Darth
yeah,
Vader. Baker,
Oh
stop
no,
yelling at
sorry,
me.
Mike.
You're hurting my feelings.
Mike, just tell me what a Wookiee is. What's an Ewok? Wait, what's a Wookiee? Oh my
So wait,
god!
are there
no
3
idea.
different types of the bears? An Ewok, a Wookiee, and
No,
a
so
Chewbacca?
This is what I've gathered. Chewbacca is a Wookiee. The weird brown furry ones that live in the forest are Ewok. Is this correct? Oh my god. Those are Ewoks. Okay. Ewok.
Wookiee is
I thought
Chewbacca.
it was
Is Wookiee the species?
I'm going with yes. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So
Well,
Ewok is the forest ones. Bob and Terry. Yes, we are, because we haven't seen it.
yeah, and at this point, I've made it part of my personality. I'm never
Baker's
watching
getting
Star
rid of
Wars.
us.
Yeah, Baker, we are so sorry. I'm sure
there's
it's
a
great,
lot of-
Baker.
Oh wait, here this looks in depth.
Look at what Baker just said.
Six. Wait, where is he?
Well, got your wish. Great first and last show.
We're here to educate ourselves on Ewoks and stuff. The
Well-
one thing that I found out that I think is the coolest ever is that the magical Ewok forest that I'm sure whatever, not the point. My best friend got married in British Columbia, so we went to her wedding, and it was like Tofino Island, and it was glorious. But that is where they shot the Ewok cute stuff, and it is like the most beautiful, magical forest. And like my husband and I both said, like, why the heck do we live in Illinois when places like this exist? It was so beautiful, but that is where whatever.
Yeah, well, that
Oh, here's
was,
some
I guess, a good way to end the show because it's 9:30, and I guess that's what we're gonna do is we're gonna piss people off and then dip. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make people mad and then just dip out real
Oh my
fast.
god, look at this one. I'm so sorry, Jimmy.
Jimmy, to answer your question, I think it was you, Jimmy. Who was it? Someone asked about Pushing Daisies. Pushing Daisies is dropping. It's dropping next week. I'm thinking Friday because I like to stay consistent because all my drops are Fridays at 7 p.m. But it'll probably be, Friday, next Friday, 7 p.m. Pushing Daisies.
We won't have customers anymore now, so you don't even have to announce.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I know Star Wars is a pretty big deal to people. So
I just want to clarify. Now I know. So thanks you, everyone.
well, thank you everyone for your help. It is 9:32, so we're gonna end this on, I guess, that note. So sorry, Star Wars fans.
We
We'll try
had
to
to
educate ourselves a
ask,
little
and I
better.
don't want to Google it because then like too much crap, and I still probably won't understand it. So like,
And I don't care that
cut us
much,
some slack.
honestly.
I don't.
I'm just kidding. Those fuzzy things on there are really cute. But
Do you think they're
Okay,
related to
guys.
gremlins? Seriously.
gremlins are cute.
Yeah.
Gremlins
Do you
are
think
cute.
gremlins and Ewoks would get along?
Gremlins aren't. Are they furry?
No, but
Gremlins aren't furry. Yes, they are. Gremlins are. I don't know. I'm shutting my mouth. I'm done.
I think they could
I'm
hang.
done.
I'm just saying.
They're cute. Any last words, Katie?
No.
Are we ready to
we've
lay
done
this episode to rest?
I believe so. Let me just check
Okay.
our notes. Yeah, I think good. If anyone could actually see these notes, it's absolutely hilarious.
That would
Not
be
helpful
so
at all.
embarrassing.
There's legit.
That would be so embarrassing.
I won't say all of them. I was going to say the Mike one.
What's the mic one?
Mike Ramsey equal uncomfy because part of this was making Mike Ramsey uncomfortable.
Mike,
think we
I
did our
hope you
job.
felt special. Yeah, I hope you felt special during the show, Mike. One of our notes was to make Mike Ramsey uncomfy. So
Yeah.
hope we did that. Anywho, let's clear this out. Katie, do you have anything else?
I am good. Thank you for everyone who showed up to watch us ruin and talk crap about your favorite movie.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. We were, our first one. If Katie's down, I would like to continue this every other Thursday if people are interested. So, yeah, that is it. Have a good night, everyone, and stay weird and stay spooky.
Thanks, guys.